Welcome to a special edition of the Military Transition Academy podcast, where we look at our DoD SkillBridge industry mentors that we have collaborating with us, and we take a look at what their company does and how they're impacting veteran hiring and what positions they are hiring for and what candidates they're looking for. So welcome, Brandon, to the show. I'd love for you to introduce yourself and your company.
Hi, Misty. Thank you. I'm Brandon Fausti. I'm a co-founder and COO of Agility Federal. We are a startup business, having been in positioning now under a strategic leader for about 3 years. While we are just at our startup phase of just founders, we have added a SkillBridge apprentice through the Vets2PM program. To give you a little bit of background on Agility Federal, we have a paid advisor, this red guy over here, which is why we have all these logos floating around our head. Basically, in government contracting, the government doesn't want to give you a contract until you've already had a contract. So it's definitely chicken before the egg. And we have all these logos to attract these very large business partners like IBM, Amentum, Lockheed, Leidos, KBR, Deloitte. And these type of companies need a small business partner that looks like Agility Federal. And so we've looked like this on purpose. And right now we are on 91 billion, that's with a B, $91 billion in awarded federal contracts as a subcontractor, with probably another 100 billion coming our way in our pipeline. And
Wow.
to let
That's
everybody know
awesome.
what we're focused on, we're healthcare, ERP, and IT. So the IT and business that backs up healthcare. And we're excited. We're trying to get our first traction. We have a couple of oncology nurses that we've submitted forward. We're looking at hiring a pharmacist here in Phoenix. ENT doctor over in Columbia, South Carolina, some phlebotomist up in Boston. And that's just what's on the table right now in this moment. It changes about every week or two. So it's highly dynamic, and yet we are absolutely not in control of the game. We have just positioned ourselves in front of the government spend, and they are spending a lot. And we hope to hire you.
Yeah, we're so happy to partner with you. So at Vets2PM, we offer SkillBridge program management as a service to startup companies just like yourself, and also small, medium, and large companies as well. So we're so happy to partner with you. And what we do is we manage your SkillBridge program for you, so you can go and manage your business. So you don't have to worry about the administrative hassles that sometimes, the DoD SkillBridge program brings to companies. So I know that you are currently involved with one intern right now. And so why don't you share a little bit about why you decided to utilize Vets2PM to manage your SkillBridge program for you?
Well, first off, hats off to the DoD for having this program in the first place. It's a wonderful program, SkillBridge. From the beginning, we saw value in it and we wanted to engage. The problem is that there is a pretty high overhead to checking all the boxes, jumping through all the hoops for the Department of Defense to be a substantial player in their SkillBridge program. We did not want to spend that type of opportunity cost. And what is opportunity cost?
Ooh,
Well,
I love that.
it's what you do with your day. And our
Yeah.
family advisor, Randy, right there, would tell you the number one thing you do every day is decide what not to do, because you can't do it all. And so we're focused on trying to hire people for our large IDIQ awarded contracts. And we needed a SkillBridge helper apprentice to come in and help basically be my right hand to do everything from contacting. I've got her right now working on contacting future or potential employees, applicants for these contracts we're on. And we are in a position to do this because of a company like Vets2PM. And we scoped a wide variety of SkillBridge providers to help us manage it. And the number and differences between these companies couldn't be more. And yet we ended up with Vets2PM because of several different benefits. One, it's easy for us.
Yeah.
Two, they have a program to complete the training that's required by the DoD and check all those boxes, and it keeps our administrative burden down. Did we have to pay a tiny little amount to get this management of our program? Of course we did. Nothing's for free in government contracting, and we are really happy with where we are, what we found in the Vets2PM product and their offering versus all of these other companies, from free to about 4 times as much as what
Yeah.
the VPN pays. And so price wise, we're way over here closer to free with Vets2PM. But we don't have a lot of the overhead. Very strange. Some of the more expensive companies actually have more overhead and bizarre requirements. So we're really happy with Vets2PM, and we're looking forward to having more.
Yeah, and so one benefit of working with us is you pay one fee and one fee only. So you pay the fee for us to administratively manage your program, find you the talent, work through the interview process, and then take care of anything that needs to be done during the internship and after the internship as well. And so if you do hire that person, that's it, that's on you. And so you've already paid your fee. And so another benefit too is that you get to start with an intern whenever you would like to start with an intern. So we don't have cohorts. We personalize the internship for the company and for the candidate. That way it is truly an internship that is made for the company and the candidate. And then obviously another benefit is that we've been around for a little bit. So we've been doing, serving veterans for 9 years, and we've been in the SkillBridge game since 2020, 21-ish. And yeah, so I think we have a lot of lessons learned. We have a great team, and we're 100% dedicated to the company and to the candidate. So when it comes to veteran talent, everyone always says that they're veteran friendly and they would love to hire veterans. And then sometimes you ask them to do so, and then, actions don't speak louder than words. So I would love for you to tell us, when it comes to veteran talent, why did you decide to truly enlist the talent of the military service member and veteran?
Well, both of our founders, myself and Dr. Diana Dunnigan, retired '06 U.S. Public Health Servant physician, we're both veterans.
Yeah.
And on our website, we say that we would only hire veterans if we could. That's impractical. We know that, but that's our focus. That's our aim. That's what we are trying to achieve. And if we can do that, we are. We are a 2023 2024 Hire Vets, which is a U.S. Department of Labor award, platinum awardee.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Well, that means we have a veteran leadership program, and we have a veterans tuition reimbursement program, and it's all funded by profit that we make from our contracts, which right now we're a startup. We haven't made any, but yet we have these programs in place right from the beginning to help our veterans get onboarded and have a successful life. And it includes other programs which we haven't even put on board yet. I was speaking with Jessica, our SkillBridge intern, this morning about our mortgage assistance program, which
Mm.
most people don't understand how the VA loan really works. They got a pretty good idea, but
Yeah.
you know how to make it really work. It is an amazing financial instrument. Couple that with the GI Bill, and you're in the driver's seat financially if you can put it together. A lot of people can't do it, and it's just because they're unaware. We have that program in place right now today to help our veterans. And as far as getting more veterans, it's just, we're primarily federal government contractors. And so the federal government has a bar of experience and education and criteria that have to be met for these positions. And once we meet that bar, we look to hire veterans first.
That's awesome. Yeah, and we're definitely in the veterans are supported era. And so there's lots of different programs out there, companies that are veteran friendly. that are earning those awards. And we're just so glad that you're a part of this space. And so I know that when it comes to the DoD SkillBridge program, you have a couple of those opportunities, but in general, what are you looking for? So on your website, it says that you're going to hire veterans as much as you can. And so let's kind of change gears a little bit and let's talk to the military service member and veteran. What are you looking for and how can we come prepared for positions like your company has to offer?
Well, once again, we're basically providing what the government is asking for. We're a company that's not necessarily interested in developing our own intellectual property or IP for patents, etc. We're providing services. So we're a company that secures jobs from the federal government, and then we're going to hire people to go work for them. So once we determine what the government is asking for, veterans are always at the top of the list. It just starts that way. If we can find a veteran to fill that position, we're going to get that veteran. Unfortunately, the government has very little wiggle room
Yeah.
in terms of, hey, if you don't meet this government requirement, say for a top secret position, you're not cleared. They're not going to let you have that position without a top secret clearance. Can you get one? Sure. But is the timing going to match the government's needs? That's where it gets questionable. And so what we try to do is have a stack of resumes, hopefully full of veterans. And if we parse and pull out the ones that are qualified and put veterans at the top of the list, you don't even have to ask us to do it. It's happening all the time, every day.
Absolutely. Yeah. And when it comes to the top secret clearance, especially if you're separating or retiring with one, make sure you know the rules and regulations that govern it as far as how long do you have to hold it for before it becomes expired or whatever it may be. So I know when I retired from the military, my 2-year time clock started, and I had it on every calendar and alarm clock, just in case, but once you lose it, sometimes it's hard to get it back. So it's really important that when you separate or retire from the military, understand those rules and regulations when it comes to your clearance. And it might be a good idea to maybe start off with, a company that is going to utilize your clearance. So that way you can keep it current. And then obviously in general, veterans bring a lot of different things to the table. And we're very versatile. I always like to say that veterans are gap fillers. And of course, there are specific requirements for certain jobs, but we're definitely known for being able to fill the gap and really fulfilling more positions than most people because we just bring a wide range of skills. So now is your time to kind of talk about what positions are you hiring for, whether it's direct hire or SkillBridge, or how can we learn more about what your company has to offer?
Well, again, we're focused on healthcare, ERP, and IT. So
And
anything
what
in
is
IT.
ERP for those that may not know about it?
Enterprise Resource Planning,
Yes.
ERP, and basically it's the business of running businesses.
Yeah.
So when we grow up, we want to be the healthcare business IT company. We're providing everything from trauma surgeon 5 to the food service worker in the VA hospital. We're actually on that contract right now.
Wow.
Those are the social workers we're trying to hire down in Tucson. And basically, if we can find a veteran that will match that government position, those are the people we're looking for. ERP, program project managers, graphic artists are in there.
Yeah.
Policy people that deal with the government, marketing people that market for the Veterans Administration. It really is. It's 230 different positions inside the VHA, another 200 different positions inside the VA. And so these contracts last 10 years, and the big VA one is $60 billion. So
Wow.
we're hiring, and the only thing that we need right now is a ton of resumes. So if you have a resume and you are in healthcare, or you are in IT, or you are in the maybe you're a big project manager somewhere in the military. We need those kind of people. And these certifications that Vets2PM provides, like Project Management Professional, PMP, I'm one that's
Yeah.
highly rated by the government. Another
Yeah, and it's
qual
actually become a new requirement for a lot of contracts and stuff like that is that you have to have a PMP. You know, it can't just be an experienced project manager. You have to hold a PMP for a lot of those. So
we're competing for a contract right now with the Army to provide PMP training for Army personnel. Uh, you can go and get it with the Army if they have it available, or you can come to Vets2PM and use their training program. I
yeah.
highly recommend it. Another one is the um, Security Plus cybersecurity certification. Government loves that one. I
Yeah.
don't know why to explain it to you why that one's better than the other ones, but for the lower level, that Security Plus is well worth the time to get it if you're looking for government contracted work.
Absolutely.
As far as our SkillBridge folks, our contracted employees are very specific to the government and they go work for the government, usually at the government site or maybe remote if that's a possibility. Um, our internal corporate staff, we're a startup, so it's very small. And right now we kind of need jacks of all trades that are
Yeah.
highly capable across multiple different job aspects and things that we might have them doing. For instance, we might be doing business development, which could be marketing and outreach one day. Some days it'll be inbound. Oh my gosh, we did a military hire virtual hiring conference where we inbounded 300 resumes in a day, but now we have access to 6,600 resumes and we have to figure
Wow.
out how and what to do with all these resumes, all veterans, to try to get them those jobs as the government releases those to us. So
Lots
put
of different
yourself in the best,
opportunities.
yeah, put yourself in the best position to win, and
Yep.
we'll try to get you into those positions. Just to let you know, um, this logo, sorry, this one over here, basically says that the government gets to look inside our finances, and they want to know that we're paying our contracted employees well.
Yeah.
Because if we pay them well and provide them with great benefits and a nice place where we have our veterans programs, we talked about the mortgage program, we have coaching available, that it keeps our employees happy and therefore they're going to stay in the job and there's a lot less turnover. Government wants higher quality and decrease risk. How do you do
Yeah.
that? You keep those folks employed happily where they're at. And so, we have to kind of meet a certain pay level. Otherwise, the government won't take us on their next contract because they know we'll have high turnover. So we pay well, we have great benefits, and we've outsourced all of that to another company. And the reason why we did that is the same as the reason why we
Yeah.
outsourced the SkillBridge program to Vets2PM, because we're focusing on getting these contracts so we can get you more jobs.
Absolutely. So I know you're looking for a lot of resumes, and how do we get those resumes to you? So if someone's listening to this podcast right now, how do they send the resume? Where should they go?
Go to the website, agilityfederal.com. Agility
Perfect.
Federal, just like it sounds.com. On the careers page, there is a link. There's email addresses down at the bottom. I think it's careers@agilityfederal.com. And you can just email your resume to me. Now, as we start to grow and expand, we will have a full blown applicant tracking system where you can just engage with the applicant tracking system, put your resume in there, answer a couple of questions, and we're off to the races. Right now, we're bringing these resumes in and trying to figure out our own little systems while we get going. Like I said, we're very specific and targeted on the opportunities that are current. What is the government asking for right now?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, that's what matters. we're
Absolutely.
we're
Yeah.
providing what they're asking for, and we'll be doing it for at least the next 10 years on what we have in hand right now.
Well, we're just so happy to be able to collaborate with you, partner with you, and see your company grow. Thank you so much for helping the veteran community. And the biggest thing about SkillBridge is, of course, we want all of our SkillBridge internships or residencies to, result in a full-time hire. But when it comes to the SkillBridge, the goal is truly for the veteran to learn the ins and outs of whatever industry, maybe find themselves a little bit, discover what work they like to do, what they don't like to do, and really just start networking and connecting. And if it doesn't result in a full-time job, at least you have upskilled during your time. You've met some good people, you've networked, and you've learned what you want and what you don't want. And for companies, if you can't, have that internship result in a hire, now you are part of their transition story. And that transition story is going to be something that they remember, and it shapes their entire military transition. I know my company that I did an internship with, Thompson Construction in Sumter, South Carolina, they couldn't hire me on full time. They just didn't have the, headcount available, but they helped me 100% secure, resume, interview, network, informational interviews. And then I landed at Continental Tire in Sumter for 4 years. And that was because of that internship. So from one veteran to another veteran, thank you for creating more opportunities for veterans to be able to learn before they actually do. And we will make sure that in the show notes, people know where to put their resumes. Any last words?
Well, going to directly what you talked about, we're such a small company that we may also fall into that category of, not necessarily being able to have the revenue to support another corporate position. That's the fact of the matter. We don't know how we're going to grow, but we expect to scale rapidly. So we hope to have that available. What you will learn at Agility Federal is a lot of entrepreneurship, a lot about federal government contracting, a lot about the RFP process, request for proposal, these 100+ page documents that are the federal contracts that we then answer with a proposal. And then those proposals get graded, and how you strategically move around in the proposal world, answering these government needs that are funded by taxpayer dollars. So if you want to be in that part of business, we're in it to win it. And our partners are IBM, Amentum. We don't currently have anything with Leidos, but we talk to Leidos all the time. So, we're playing with the big boys. They see us, we see them, and we're all staying in our lanes, trying to make it work the best we can. If you want to learn about how that works and how you can interact with these larger companies without actually being a part of them, we're in that position when we can help you do that and learn the things that you don't necessarily get to learn at those big companies, because we're in the more the entrepreneurship, getting established, versus the big company feel. And so it's a little bit different. A lot of overlays, a lot of the same stuff, but it's definitely different.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. And the SkillBridge opportunity is just that. It's an opportunity, yes, to earn full-time employment, but hey, if that's not the result, but there's so much more to learn. There's so many ways to upskill, so many ways to connect and network and collaborate. And so I'm so glad that you're providing that opportunity to our veteran community. Thanks for joining us today. And if any companies are out there looking to jump into the DoD SkillBridge space and you need someone to manage your SkillBridge program, come on over to Vets2PM.com. You can reach out to me directly at Misty@Vets2PM.com. Thanks again, Brandon, and thanks to your company for providing awesome opportunities for the veteran community.
Thanks for your time, Misty. Have a great day.